in the beginning, the first law that God gave was basically a ceremonial law. He had these two trees, and well, he had many trees in the garden, and there were two special trees in the middle of the garden, and one of them he said, I don't want you to eat of that tree, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And we shouldn't think of this as, well, that was an evil tree. He had to make that law because it was morally wrong to eat from it. He had made everything good. Everything that God made is good. He looked at it and he said it was very good. And God being good, you couldn't expect anything evil to ever be able to come from his hand. And so the tree itself wasn't the problem, but God determined, he gave a command which was an arbitrary command. That is, it didn't have to be this way, but he had a reason for giving it. This tree is not to be eaten from. And so not because of its intrinsic nature, but rather because God had said so. And so it is part of the moral law. It is intrinsically right and wrong that what God says is the law. You have to obey God. The creature obeys the creator. This is the ultimate right of the universe. And so once he said it, it was a matter of moral law for Adam and Eve to obey it. But if he had not said it, they could have eaten from that tree. And I suspect that what makes it specifically the tree of the knowledge of good and evil isn't anything magical about the fruit, but rather that if they ever should violate the commandment, by violating it, they will discover what evil is. And by that discovery, we'll understand the juxtaposition. Good will not be all that they know, like a fish only knows water. They'll know something else to oppose it to now. And so it's actually a tragedy when they get the knowledge of good and evil, because it means that what they know is not just good anymore. They have made themselves evil by going against the commandment of God. And so in a way, the very first commandment, I think, should be understood as part of the ceremonial law and a temporary thing that once they were kicked out of the Garden of Eden, there was no need for anymore because they couldn't get to that tree.